I guess I'm recording now. Well, I wasn't planning on it. I think I might be a bit overexposed today, but that's okay, I guess. I'm shooting in 10-bit log for once on the Osmo Pocket 3. Excuse me. Apparently these things are getting hard to find. I had mine, I guess, since right after it came out, so maybe maybe a little over a year. Have I had it that long? I don't know. I tell you what, it's really a great camera, and I think they may have just outdone themselves on it because it can be used for so many things, and in the car. I use it for pretty much every product demo that I've been doing lately. All these affiliate videos, every one of those things are done with this camera. As far as the product itself, the video of me is actually done by a little Osbot webcam that I have permanently attached to a teleprompter that I'm very rarely using. That might have been I don't know how you'd put it, maybe a ambitious purchase. I use it on occasion for just notes, just quick notes if I need to look at them, or even a second monitor. That way I can stare straight at whatever I need to be looking at, straight into the camera, which helps. So I guess in that regard it's okay, but I rarely use it to just read off of. But that little Osbot's not a bad camera for what it is. I have so much better equipment I could be using. I've got some real high-end lenses and high-end mirrorless cameras, and I just don't use them. I use those for sporting events and pro photography whenever I've kind of backed off on a lot of that work recently. Lots going on, so that's kind of not my thing right at the moment. But I guess I need to break them out. I've got some older ones that do a great job with video that I just that probably will never use again. I probably need to put it on my machine. The problem with that is they're just so big, and lenses are big, and I've got to get a capture card for my computer unless I want to record it to flash card and then copy it and then try to sync audio or however I want to do that. It's just, to me, it's a lot easier just to use the little Osbot camera. That it's a 4K camera, does a really good job, has nice it has nice color and that sort of thing. The only thing I miss is the real depth of field, the shallow focus that I can get with the real lens. And I've been trying to use like the cinematic modes or the background blurs, and those things, I guess to some people those things look cool, but they're just fake. It's just fake blur, and the problem with that is it doesn't really take into account the real way that bokeh or your blur drop off is it's really done. I mean, that's done with a combination of focal length, focal length, and how wide open your lens is, what your f-stop's set to, and proximity to the camera itself. All those factor in to the depth of field that you get. And if you could get yourself about 2 feet maybe of depth of field and have the rest of it behind you slowly drop off into blur. That's the way to do it as far as headshots go, or talking heads. The problem is when you want to hold up, the problem with the way that the fake stuff works is it just blurs out the background. And it knows where you are basically, and then blurs out around you. The problem with that is you raise your hand up in the air with an object in your hand, or you do something like that, and you might be 3 or 4 inches in front of your face. All of a sudden that's blurred out too, because it's not right on the same focal plane as your head, and it just looks tacky to me. So I may end up going back, or not going back, but actually moving over to something like that just to try it out a little bit, see if it's even worth the effort, and then use the Osbot as maybe a secondary camera, or maybe even an overhead camera. Even though I've been shooting most of my overhead shots in a different room where I've got lots of natural daylight, which has done a really nice job lighting up products evenly. But at the same time, it would be nice to be able to do everything within that same room that I'm in. Yes, I'm babbling again, and yes, this is another vlog where I have nothing in mind to talk about. I just got in the car and started driving. It's Friday afternoon. Today's Friday the 13th, actually. And I'm in traffic again, like I always am when I talk to you guys. But, I think, what else? Oh, I was testing out a projector last night for the first time, and I had ordered a projection screen to do some testing as well. And it's one of those 120-inch translucent white screens, and it's pretty cool. And actually, I was very impressed with everything. The screen was the stands are a little wobbly, but they work for what it is. And then the projector was quite good. I was shocked. But one of the things that dawned on me is, if I put my LED lights behind that screen, because you can shoot straight through, it's a shoot-through screen, I might have the largest softbox I've ever used. 120-inch softbox with two super bright LED 18-inch panels. And I would never use that unless I was shooting some big scene. But I thought it might be funny to actually try it, see how it looks. It should be extremely soft light. I may do that while I have it all out. I don't plan on leaving the screen up or anything like that. Although, if I could find a place for it, I would. Right now, my wife is out of town, so she's not going to yell at me for having it put up in the middle of a dining room. I say that as I leave my house, and she's on her way home tonight. So when I get home, I'm going to hear about it. That's okay. She's really, 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 really good about allowing me to do all these crazy things and bring all these products in and have stacks of boxes everywhere. But I'm really trying hard to try to minimize that in the other parts of the house going forward anyway. Let's see, what else can we talk about? I'm going to stay away from politics and world wars and that sort of thing. There sure is a lot going on these days, that's for sure. I know I mentioned in my other video that I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks here soon to go on a field trip. Not really a field trip, more like a short vacation. And I plan on doing lots of more reviews of things that, I say things, but products that will be good in the car. And in the car and in the field, and some photography stuff and electronics and some other things that will be good to do some testing while I'm actually somewhere other than my house. Oh, speaking of that, I know most of you probably, if you've even watched any of my affiliate videos, you know that I do a lot of dash cams and security cameras and that sort of thing, and you see the full videos of those. The craziest thing, I was going to discuss this about Amazon, and I still can't figure it out. I am, for the life of me, can't figure it out, and there's nobody you can talk to, which is the worst part of the whole program, if you ask me. The program's fine, but there is nobody to help you. You can put in customer service requests, and they'll give you a canned response. but there's nobody that's actually going to help you. And I don't know what the criteria is for video creator content. What I'm saying is I'm not sure how they go about reviewing it and rejecting and accepting, because there's oftentimes with those cameras, I don't know what it is, they always say there's personal information being asked for or identified or presented, something like that. And my question is, how is that possible whenever I have everything blurred out? So I put them out like I normally do, like you saw them, and then if they get rejected, then I go back in and I blur everything out. So I blur out pretty much everything you can even see, where it's to the point that it's not even worth even watching. But I've promised vendors that I will give them a video for Amazon, but Amazon will keep rejecting them. I've had each one of anything that has to do with the camera or anything that I've shot outside of my house, they've rejected at least 3 or 4 times. Some of them they've never accepted. And I don't know if this is an automated thing, if it's a name of the file that it remembers, but when you resubmit, I've resubmitted some things, like I said, 4 or 5 times, and they keep, even after I've blurred out everything. I even have gone to the point where I made a video where I edited out something so much that it was nothing but me pulling the product out of the box, and the rest of the video was blurred out. And that was rejected for personal information, which leads me to believe that either they're not re-reviewing it, they're not doing it by a person's not doing it, there's some criteria in there that looks for the file name or something specific that shows that it's the same video, which it's not because it's been edited, and rejects it. But it takes like 24 hours. Basically, lots of things will get approved within a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, maybe a little longer. And almost every time when something's going to be rejected, it takes like 24 hours. So you know, oh, here we go. It's going to be rejected. Once you pass like the 6-hour mark and it hadn't been approved, you know something's up. And I just wish somebody could tell me what it is, because there literally is nothing that's personal information. There's nothing that even can be construed as that. The outside of a box with no serial number, I even have all that stuff. If there's any kind of like barcode or QR code or serial number, anything that's not just the picture that's on the box, I have manually gone in and blurred it out, and they still reject it. And so that's been very, very aggravating recently, and I have done a lot of research and edits and whatnot, and have just pretty much failed. So at this point, anything that's a webcam or a camera of any sort, security camera, I guess I'm just gonna I was finally successful with one of them by making it start from scratch and just made it a unboxing. Didn't show it function at all. Just pulled it out of the box and said, here's what it is, and didn't show you anything. And they finally approved it on the 5th try. And that was this morning, and I was shocked that it was approved overnight, because this also was one of those that sat there for 24 hours, and I thought, oh, here we go. And but it did, and it shocked me. But I'm guessing I'm gonna have to tell vendors that I'll make them the full videos, full video reviews. It's just that on Amazon it's gonna have to be an unboxing only, because they're being very strange. That's all I'll say. I mean, the program's fine. I just wish they had somebody to talk to. That's not having anybody but an email address. And some of the reps have gotten back to me and said, I feel your pain. Try this, but there's really no way I can get you in touch with anybody. That's not how the program's set up. And I'm like, well, and then the other ones are just canned things telling you to go to the FAQ page, which you don't think I've done that a few times. But anyway, I've digressed on another rant, but I did want to tell you what was on my mind. Here I finished off a Powerade, a 32-ounce Powerade. Is that what this is? No, 28 ounces. And I haven't even gotten out of my city yet because I'm stuck in traffic. This is great. Anyway, other than being glued to the news and working, that's been about my day today. How about you guys? Anybody doing anything this weekend that's worth noting? So anyway, I'll let you guys go. I know you don't want to listen to me sit here and rant and whatnot, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. How's that? Talk to you guys later. Bye.